for 2021. I had a quick read through it last night, but then I thought, no, let's do it live with the Crafty Clan so we can all talk about it and people can point me in the right directions about things I don't understand here as well. But I immediately started plotting graphs and things so we can look and we get to see how is Etsy doing, because a lot of people are saying things are quiet this season, this past few months. And I will say that my shop has been particularly quiet. It's about 50% down on normal, but I'm not overly worried. I have been lazy, so I can't say if that's a general trend. So let's look at the Etsy numbers and see, is Etsy overall down or up or a little bit left or a little bit right? Who knows? So if you don't know, if you've never looked at these things, basically I just search Etsy quarterly financials and then you find the investors reports and then you can dig in. The easiest thing is to look at the presentation. The rest looks a bit kind of businessy for me, but the presentation has lots of facts in it. There is often some little useful cool tidbits in there. I haven't spotted any yet in this one, but sometimes they'll talk about what they're planning in the future for. Maybe they're making changes to the search algorithm or something. There's usually little snippets in the quarterly report. My computer's making noises. Oh, no, we are not restarting my computer right now. That's not happening, computer. Okay, so yeah, so if you find the report, they're kind of cool to see. So this gives us an idea of what's been going on. I see Tobias is in the house. G'day or good divas. It's like middle of the night with you, but good to see you. Right, I will start pulling this up right away. No time like the present to get started. So this is Q3 2021 financial results. Let's have some predictions, guys. Do you think this will be let's not move that there. Do you think this will be up or down compared to last year, compared to normal? How is it doing? Take your guesses. But this is the Etsy Q3 2021 financial results presentation. The page I get this from, I'll just show you. So it's the quarterly results, investors.etsy.com financials, and then the latest one is here, and I just go for the presentation. Hopefully you could see that. Priscilla's in the house. Hello there, good to see you. All right, I'll skip over certain bits like this wall of text. But if there's things that we spot, I might do like a more in-depth video talking about things. This is just an overview of what we're seeing. So, and here is the big overview. So excellent Q3 financial performance, primarily driven by outperformance of the Etsy marketplace. Because remember now the Etsy financials are about all the companies they own, like Reverb, and we'll come to the rest of them. But year on year, non-mask sales is up 24%. That actually is a surprise from what people have been saying. I mean, like I say, I'm about 50% down. I'm seeing Tobias is thinking way down. You're 100% lower than last year. Oh, rubbish year. Yep. And 138% up on a 2-year basis. But this is what Etsy is seeing in total sales on Etsy. The GMS, gross means sales, that's just the total number of sales for all sellers. So some of us, won't be getting the same slice of the pie as everybody else. Unfortunately, what always happens is the big guys get a bigger chunk of the pie. But 3.1 billion, I think it was about 3 billion last quarter, so it's slightly up, and 17% up year on year. So including the masks are down, makes sense. Lots of people bought a big chunk of masks last year. Now, okay, many of us still have to wear masks. It's still the law in Scotland, but we're not we're not all buying masks at the same time. We've generally got the pretty masks we want and buy one every now and again. And Etsy's revenue was up about the same amount, 18%. Okay, I can never remember what this is, but this is like adjusted for taxi type things or whatever, but it's about 33% for Etsy. Someone remind me what this EBITDA. I've usually got it written down before I do the financial reports because I always forget. Oh, I love business speak. It's words that mean nothing. Larger scale amplifies our right to win strategy, further transforming customer experience. They do this every time. Best in class search and discovery. I think, sorry Etsy, but a lot of people have said to me when they're searching on Etsy, they really struggle to find what they're looking for. What I tend to find is I Google what I'm looking to buy, and Google takes me to the better page on Etsy than searching on Etsy takes me to. Anyway, human connections. Well, yes, Etsy sellers are human, but I don't want to be all down on Etsy, but I will say the human connections to sellers is gone. It's impossible to get hold of customer support for Etsy if you're trying to sell. And a trusted brand. Yeah, Etsy's getting a name out there. So obviously, the bigger it gets, the more people will have horror stories, but the more people will have good stories. So I can't say anything. Yes, it's a trusted brand. They do work on that. It's a difficult thing, but I have to agree with that to an extent, because I know certainly I spoke before about buying stuff off of Facebook ads, and yeah, that's where I really think having your own website can be a little bit dodgy, because Facebook ads, I now look at them and go, I don't know if I trust that that's a real website, that's not just going to scam me. So I'm going to search for that on eBay, Amazon, or Etsy, pretty much, because there's a little backup there. If it turns up and it looks nothing like what it's supposed to be, then I can shout a bit. Whereas on a website, and even like paying with PayPal or your credit card, they did not back me up when I got scammed. So yes. Tobias trusted or notorious or infamous? Yes, good question. And yes, our seller's collection of unique items, and that has always been what Etsy's supposed to be about, and it certainly is. It might be difficult to see. Things are getting swamped in print on demand and reselling, and it's difficult because with so many new shops, Etsy can't check out all of them. But yeah, it is hard to find the unique items, but the unique items are there. I tend to, I'm finding things and people just a lot easier, just interacting with people, interacting in the forums, and well, not the Etsy forums anymore, they're rubbish, but interacting with people in groups and things. I find cool stuff that way rather than actually searching on Etsy, which is sad. So gross mean spend per active buyer. So this is kind of cool. Up 20% year on year per active buyer. They are now spending about $132. I assume that's per person per year. So it's not huge, but for the millions of customers on Etsy, there we go, millions of customers on Etsy, they're spending more. Bob Low, Bob Lob Low. I can't speak. Sorry, I'm late. Hey, we just started, so sales are down. That is what everyone's expecting, but they are not. I'll just go back. No, nobody will mind. I'll just quickly go back. Sales are up 17% year on year, slightly up from last quarter. I didn't bring the numbers up from last quarter, but it's slightly up. And I know that's a surprise. It's down on what 2020 Christmas period was, but it always is. That's well, not always, but we expect that. We really, We want to come back in 3 months and see what the Christmas period is. This is going to be the big thing. But sales are actually up on total on Etsy. Are they up for individual sellers? I'm not hearing many say that they are. So what is Etsy investing in experiences to create an inspiration? I really hate business speak. It's rubbish. But okay, so their idea was what they want to encourage buyers early and bring them back to Etsy. That's all good. Buyer onboarding. What are you interested in shopping today? Get instant recommendations. And okay, so they're trying to make that better. Updates. This is on sale. This person sent you a coupon. And anybody who is selling on Etsy will have noticed we are getting like chunks of time where Etsy are spamming us with emails going, somebody clicked on your item. You maybe want to put that on sale. Someone favorited it. Send them a coupon. And you're just like, seriously. It's like, it doesn't seem to be all the time, but there'll be a month or two when you just get bombarded every time someone likes something. You should send them a coupon. You should send them a discount. You should, like, no. Ah. Anyway, but yes, and strategic discounting. Etsy is obsessed with doing discounts to entice people on. But look, everybody who's a seller, we are also buyers. Whether you shop on Etsy, everybody's a consumer. Are we so stupid as to think if things are discounted that doesn't mean that the non-discounted is an inflated price? So all that sales and discounts and everything do is train people to wait. I've heard this. My lovely friend Jan also sells on Amazon Handmade, and Amazon. The Black Friday week is huge on Amazon. Everybody knows about it. She tells me, the Amazon sellers, you all know you're not going to make more money because of the Black Friday thing. What happens is, for the few weeks before Black Friday, sales are nothing, and then you get a load of sales at Black Friday. But people are just waiting because they don't want to buy the couple of weeks before because they know there's going to be discounts. So you end up selling the same amount of stuff for less money. So sales don't actually help anything other than they bring people to Amazon, they bring people to Etsy. For the sellers, they're not good. Embroidery art by Nat. Hello there. Thank you. Hi Pam, thanks for your lovely videos. They're really helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm I'm trying to be positive and not be all down on Etsy. They're not awful. My computer just did a virus scan. That's nice of it. Delivering real-time personalizations, making the on-site experience faster and more efficient. Yes, this is something, well, they're explaining it really well here, but something that I've been doing. And this is, right, why I say it's kind of really good to know what's trending and everything. Because, so they've explained it perfectly here. If a user searched in the past, if before they search for whatever they're searching here, if they've done a search for leather accessories and they've been looking around for leather things, and then they do a search for wallets, the Etsy search will add to that personalization and will go, hey, let's show you more leather wallets. So this is kind of cool. So it means, like, people say to me, what's the point of knowing what the big trending things are? Like gifts for him or something like that, because you can't rank for them. And it's true that you can't rank for them. But if people are searching for gifts for him and they can't find what they're looking for, and then they dive in and they narrow down something, watches or wallets, or they search for the specific thing. If your item is clearly a gift for him, then it's more likely to be shown in the next search. So that's a really good reason to know what people are searching for. So the same here, leather accessories. You might not rank for leather accessories. You might not rank for wallets. But if you have a wallet that's leather and people have been searching for both those keyword terms independently, your item might get a mix and be shown, whereas if someone just did a normal search for wallets, the leather ones might not surface. I don't know if that makes sense. Am I waffling? Nat, yeah, lots of people are waiting for Black Friday, but I'm running sales right now because I'm shipping internationally. Yeah, Black Friday, even US sellers, Black Friday's too late just now. It's just on the cusp because shipping's a nightmare just now. People are even just sending stuff across America, but sending stuff just about anywhere is a nightmare. So getting all your sales at Black Friday, some of them aren't going to make it in time for Christmas. So yeah, that's difficult. So Nat, yeah, and you encourage people to buy now if they want it delivered on time before Christmas holidays. Absolutely. We need to be making the sales right now. We don't need people to be holding on for those Black Friday sales because postal services are not doing great just now. There's a lot of bad things happening. I think in America, some shipping boats tipped over. Shipping boats. I so know all the good words. Yeah, but there's been trouble. Okay. Ready for holiday with better fulfillment transparency. Oh, okay, this sounds great. Expected delivery date coverage, percent of US listings with estimated arrival dates based on shipping and processing. So, at the beginning of the year, 77% of listings had that, and now it's up to 95. And Etsy make it sound like they've done a good thing and convinced buyers and everything, but they didn't. But you're not allowed to relist your listing or create a listing unless you say what the delivery date is likely to be. Estimated arrivals based on shipping and processing times. And so many people are telling me like their customers are getting a note as soon as they ship it saying your item should be with you tomorrow. It's like no, that you've estimated very wrong, Etsy. Can you stop estimating? So yeah, they're going, oh look, isn't this great? It's not great if it's like I never used to estimate. I would say my processing times, I would say who I was shipping with, and I would leave it at that. But now there's an estimated date. So if your post office says that can be there in a day, not gonna be just now, is it? Making Etsy an even more reliable place to shop. Okay, they're saying percent of US orders that arrive after their expected delivery date is down 50%. I dislike these kind of graphs. Do you see what's missing here, guys? We're told it's down 50%, but we're not told what those percent of orders that arrive after the rest expected delivery date. Is that 1% of orders? Is that 90% of orders? You know, knowing it's down 50% is meaningless. You know, like I say, if it was 1%, if it's down 50%, that would be 0.5%. That's not a big deal. If it's 90%, then that's down to like 45% or so. Tell us if that's a meaningful number. Don't just put up graphs that look a bit good. Now, I warned everyone I was going to be closing shipping on December the 1st. Yep, I think it's great. I did that the past couple of years. I closed shipping by December the 1st. Gives us such more quiet time. It's better to close shipping rather than getting negative feedback because of the delays. Absolutely. I know it feels horrible thinking that you're leaving money on the table, but it's not worth it. Oh, Etsy. Our Star Seller program also focused on proving the reliability of shopping on Etsy. I got Star Seller badge this month. Woohoo! And for the 2 months that I didn't have it compared to now, have I done anything that actually benefits the customers? Not a single thing. The only thing that I've done is bought Etsy shipping labels and put spam messages into spam. So the Etsy shipping labels benefit Etsy. It doesn't provide a better service to my customers in any way. They don't get additional tracking that they wouldn't have had because I'm buying the same service, but my local post office gets less money for it. So, yeah, great. So, yeah, Star Sellers, is my shop any better for it? No. But they are saying repeat purchase rate, Star Sellers versus non-Star Sellers. Oh, and yeah, okay, so 25% more Star Sellers get repeat purchases. Sounds great. Is that because they're Star Sellers? Or is it because the majority of non-Star Sellers are shops that aren't selling very much? There's a huge chunk of shops on Etsy that only have none or one or two sales. So they'll have less repeat purchases. And the Star Sellers in general, well, have to have more than, is it 10 sales in a month? So the shops that have 10 sales in a month are more likely to have repeat buyers than the shops that only have one sale in 3 months. Sorry, not 1 month. Yeah, that's stop. I'm a data nerd. Etsy, stop lying with data just to make it sound good. Um, but there's pictures of showing the star seller. I've not seen the purple star on a listing, and I don't think. And hey, do we get a purple banner around it? That would be cool. I like purple. We're investing in our sellers app, the new Sell on Etsy app. I haven't. Oh no, I did. I was in a beta testing for it, and then I didn't bother to use it because I hate using the app. But a lot of people are telling me there's so much still missing from the app. They're going, oh, this app's the best thing ever. There's so much you can still only do on your computer. So it's, I don't know. We shouldn't really be running our business on a mobile phone. Oh, and by driving buyers to the app, we've significantly increased downloads, engagements, and frequency. Etsy is now the #5 shopping app in the iOS Apple Store. Okay, great. People use phones. Etsy's pushing people to download the app instead of buy on their phone browser. Really, I don't think that makes a whole lot of a difference whether you use an app or not. That it just gives Etsy a nice metric. But 36% increase in app downloads for the year to date. Yeah, because if people go on their phone browser onto Etsy, it's going to keep on spamming them to say, do you want to download the app? When people just want to shop on Etsy. Incremental GMS percent share of app surpassed mobile web for the first time. Right, yeah. So people have been buying just by going onto their browser on their phone. But now people are using the app. But that, again, if you force people to do these things, they have no choice but to do these things. So the numbers go up. It doesn't mean people are liking it more. It just means you bullied them into it. Oh, I didn't want to sound negative today. Oh no. Higher repeat visit and purchase rates. I can only assume it means they've had to sign in and create an account so that you can see that they're repeat buying. Increase in favoriting. Yeah, it's easy to click on something on an app. Increase in listing views. Okay, people are surfing more on the app. Tobias, oh, Apple users make up 5% of the mobile phone users. Most are on Android. So what's the rate of the other 95%? Oh, interesting. I missed that. I still don't see it. Anyway, I'll look into that. Sustainable packaging enables sellers to join our environmental commitment while we're building buyer loyalty. And it's good. Eatsy's branded with eco enclose, third party packaging vendor. I looked at this when Etsy told us about it. It sounds cool. However, it seemed very expensive compared to what I can get. And it's only in the US. They ship worldwide, but to be able to say I'm using eco-friendly packaging that I've had to ship from halfway around the world compared to less eco-friendly packaging, yeah, it didn't work for me. I tried a couple of years ago. I got recycled bubble wrap in a huge roll, and it was all right. I'll maybe do that again. Yeah, give us stuff for the rest of the world, even if you had a place in Europe and then a place in Asia. You're not helping a whole lot by giving us stuff that's just American. But they're moving steps towards net zero by 2030. Yeah, so me flying packaging or shipping packaging across from America is not net zero. But their stuff looks cute. Does anyone use it? Let me know. Does anyone use their stuff? It does look cute. There's a whole load of choices. You can even get it custom printed and stuff. Investing in creative new approaches to broaden the reach of our brand. The Etsy House. Oh, I haven't even heard of this. Our first ever interactive augmented reality experience that allows shoppers to walk through and shop a digital home filled with high quality curated items. Oh, that's really cool. I do have a plan for a video afoot of some of the digital crafts that are going to be cut up and coming. And I love this virtual reality house where you can just like buy stuff from it. But this is like front page of Etsy or whatever else. It's only going to be the select few that gets showcased in this virtual house. But yeah, I've got to go and find the Etsy house though. That's really cool. Other examples of brand building marketing initiatives, bus and subway ads in the UK. I've not seen them, but whatever. The Etsy Design Awards. I don't know that markets to anyone other than Etsy people, really. I hear about it on Etsy. And consumer brand partnerships. I'm not sure what they mean there, but I have seen some like designers and stuff who curate things based on Etsy stuff, so that's kind of cool. Elaine, you use eco-friendly packaging, recycle boxes from grocery items, and collect shipping boxes from wet friends. Yeah, awesome. I do that a bit. I actually, for those who do I'm not going to pick it up just now. For those who join in my Sunday live streams, I do recycle the makers' boxes because they're so good. So thank you, makers. So yeah, that's the monthly subscription boxes I get. I recycle them. But I need boxes in other sizes. But yeah, I'm going to look into recycling again. Better stuff. Reinforcing Etsy as a global holiday shopping destination. But please do Etsy, like Christmas is the big time. Extending the holiday shopping period, expanding the gifting opportunity, and creating localized experiences. Okay, tell us some more about this. The new gift finder tool designed to help buyers find inspiration among the 100 million items in our marketplace. Okay, gift guides. I've got to look into this actually a bit more. But get inspired by these unique gifts. So this categories is going to be more as important as ever, deciding honestly what your items are about. So that's kind of cool. And another thing, looking at what's trending and stuff, avocado, it's picking out random trending words. What kind of gifts? That's kind of cool. What do you want? Do you want an ornament, wall decor? Yeah, all helpful, but um, again, there's 6 items on the page. So yeah, if you're not one of the lucky few, it's going to help buyers hopefully, but not necessarily sellers. I assume that was an ad or something. Oh yes, and here, because a few people were actually surprised. We have mentioned it before, but the other companies that Eatsy's bought, so the results and everything are not just for Etsy anymore. So Etsy also has had for a few years now Reverb, which is musical instrument shops. And in the past year or two, it picked up Depop, which is fashion re-commerce. It's a fashion eBay. ELO7 is a Brazilian type Etsy thing. So it's expanding its empire. I wonder if Etsy will one day change its name like Facebook's doing. And yeah, don't forget, Facebook hasn't changed its name, but in the umbrella of Etsy, we have Reverb, Depop, ELO7, and Etsy. So they might change the name for the parent company, so it's not Etsy, but Etsy still exists, if that makes sense. Tobias, right. And the previous slide showed Apple app downloads from the Apple Store. Apple has 16% worldwide. Why are Android stats not shown? That is a good question. That when it says 16%, does it mean what does it mean if they don't tell us the other stats? Why? um Lisa, when almost all you sell is glass, it's really difficult to harvest all recycled materials. I encourage my buyers to reuse the packaging. Yeah, that's definitely something to do as well. I'm thinking of making a note to put in to say to reuse the packaging, save it, reuse it. It's a nice sturdy box. But yes, if you're selling glass, you need to package it well. You can't have some beat up stuff. Consolidated results for anyone still joining us. It's good that they've repeated it as well. So they're saying they had a strong third quarter, 3.1 billion. I think last quarter was around 3 billion, so it is up a little bit, and that's 18% up year on year. What you can see, okay, these graphs look confusing because it looks like there's a drop down. But what we're seeing is, if you look at the bars, that shows how much in sales Etsy made. So Q3 last year, it was on 2.6 billion, which is ridiculous. And now it's on 3.1, which is down on the Christmas period, but Christmas was so big. So we're hoping that Christmas will be even higher. It always has been, but we had a pandemic. Things are weird just now. So, yeah, not totally sure what's going to happen, but sales are up just now, even though it doesn't feel like it. But yes, what you can see is like these numbers are all higher because that's the year on year to 2019. So it was up 118%, and now it's only up 13 and 18%. But that's up. That's compared to 2019. That's compared to 2020. So it is up, if that makes sense. Etsy's revenue is up 18%. Oh, are they giving? Yes, they're giving us the full numbers for Etsy's revenue. Yep. So 451 million last year and 532 million this year. Yeah, so Etsy's making some good money. And there's the adjusted figures. I can't remember what I did. I usually have it written down. I forgot. But yes, they're still making some good money. It was 151 million and it's 174 million. Just checking the chat. Elizabeth, what's going on with Etsy search? In what way? Let me know, or you maybe have further in the chat. Tobias, yes, including an environmental awareness message may be a better strategy. Absolutely. I think we have to do the best we can, but at the same time, it's not very environmentally friendly to post stuff across the country that ends up smashed and you need to post some more. So things have to be packaged well. And you have to take into account what the customers are saying. I used to use recycled padded mailers, but I had a few customers say, look at the state the mailers arrived in. Thankfully, your sculpture's fine, but, and I was like, okay, take that on board. I got lucky, but mailers get sat on top of each other and squished, so I started using boxes. You have to do the best. Elaine, my main items are squishy, lightweight, crocheted animals, so packaging is a lot easier. Absolutely, yes. So the light and squishy is easy to ship. Oh, Elizabeth, you've been dropped from search in the past few days. Okay, there could be a few things. Firstly, are you talking of something like checking on something like the rank checker on Etsy, on eRank, sorry, to see where you are in search, or is it when you're searching on Etsy yourself, or are your views significantly down? But what can happen is it's coming up to that time, people are panicking. Shops could well have put up a load of new listings. They could have relisted their listings and things. If it's just a couple of days, it just could be a whole load of people getting that boost for a new listing and you've been dropped down. If you can, I hate to say it, if you can list some new things, maybe, and don't, this is something we spoke about last year. Don't make this a continual strategy, but renewing an item that was doing really well, just renewing it once or twice just at that busy period might give you the boost up. It's not something you shouldn't be doing tons of times. You shouldn't be doing every day. It can hurt you in the long run, but once or twice just at the period where things should be getting busy, that might give you the wee boost. Pro 88, hello, you're from Vietnam. Hello there, welcome aboard. Oh, Tobias, thank you. I knew it was taxes and things. Yes, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Big words. I shouldn't read tax reports, should I? Yep. Elizabeth, my percentages have drastically dropped all of a sudden. I'm down lower than I was last year at the same time. Is Etsy changing something? Yeah, I'm down like 50%. I think Tobias said he's down 100%. But if they've dropped down in search all of a sudden, it's really worth looking into. Hopefully we should have an idea of what other people are usually up there in search with you. So have a look and see the other shops that you're on a par with. What are they doing? Who's on the front page? And you know, all things like that. Have a good check of what's happening on the front page. Have a look at what's ranking. If it is that you're ranking lower, percentages could have dropped because less people are searching. I don't think that's the case. This is the time when people are window shopping, so that should be up. But and my views are down from last year, but they're up from a couple of weeks ago, if that makes sense, but not drastically. A lot of people are saying things are a little bit quiet just now. I think people are waiting, and I think people are waiting for sales. This is really annoying me. I think people are holding on for the sales. They're holding on to see what's happening in the world. We've got to let them know that they need to order now because shipping is going to suck. So yeah, I think this is going to be one of my worst Christmases, if we're honest, because it's getting late. But is Etsy changing something? I don't think, I haven't seen or heard anything massively changing with Etsy. They're tweaking the search as they always have been, but it's unlikely to be Etsy. It's one of two things: is either there's just less customers, or other people are getting those views. You're listing a lot of new items and renewing. Yes, don't change your listings just now. It could just be a little temporary thing. Other people are getting seen at the minute. You might come back. We have to hold fire. We have to not do anything just now because things might pick up. And your vintage, well, vintage is looking good just now. Couple of the keywords and stuff that are trending just now is really the vintage Christmas, grandmother chic, grandparent chic, and traditional Christmas. So anything that can go into that, definitely look into that. My shop's Ben McFuzzy Lugs. I'm a needle felter. It's doing terrible this year. And Elizabeth, do Casey's, oh yes, I'm sorry, but yes, Casey's do that. Sadly, yes, I've never had Casey's, but then suddenly two at the same time. Sorry, yes. Hopefully get those cases sorted. It is an absolute pain, but that can, I should have remembered about that. That can totally drop your shop, I'm afraid. Just for a short time, get that sorted without letting the buyers bully you. But yes. We Crafty Creations. Hi there. I listed a new type of item. I mostly sell magnets. I listed some signs, a few signs in my shop. Oh, chat trumped, but not many compared to the 80 listings for magnets, and also some lanyards and sales dropped. Probably a coincidence. Those new listings shouldn't hurt your existing ones, but always check when you're doing things like that. I do also work for eRank, which is why I use eRank tools, which is why I also work for eRank, because I enjoyed them, so I worked for them. But just a warning, I work for them. But I use the tool Spotted on Etsy to track my top keywords, so I can just it just plots where you're ranking once a day, so I can look in and see, hang on, have I stopped ranking for things? But unfortunately, it's probably a coincidence. But it is worth checking to see if you're still ranking. I feel like my magnets dropped because I confused Etsy on what I sell. It's possible, though. I'm not going to say it's not possible, because Etsy do say that they look at our other listings to see how similar listings are supposed to rank. I know that some shops do well with a mixture of stuff. I'm going to sneeze. I would try deactivating those ones and see if things pick up with Etsy. Experiment. If your sales are down anyway, it's not going to hurt getting rid of the new ones you put in that aren't selling anyway. Elizabeth, I'm trying to learn how to deal with scammy refunds as well. You live and learn. I know sometimes I've had it. I've just had one case open against me. Touch wood. Wasn't pleasant at all. But yes, it's really hard to hold your ground and don't let scammy people bully you. But at the same time, don't tank your shop. It's and yes, you've got your cases happily resolved. So hopefully now my search will go back. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Yes, if you were doing really well before, hopefully just a few more sales come in and stuff, and then you'll start building up again. Elizabeth, I love watching your videos. Thanks for all the advice. You're most welcome. Thank you so much. We already covered that slide. With the Etsy marketplace contributing to the majority of outperformance. Yep, so Etsy's making Etsy the most money. This is interesting. So Etsy gross mean sales is 2.7 billion, and it's 3.1 total for the whole Etsy thingy. So yeah, that's interesting, but it's still up, and it's still up on what it was before they bought Reverb and everything. Oh, here we go. Yes, Etsy Marketplace top category growth. This is good to know. So, up 76%. Homeware and home furnishings. Very huge one. I have seen quite a lot of people are now permanently working from home, so they're wanting to do up their home. Jewelry and personal accessories up 62%. That's brilliant. Hiccups. Craft supplies is up 45%, apparel 62%, paper and party supplies 69%, beauty and personal care is taking a dip. I am guessing, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I'm guessing that's because last year it had taken a huge jump up. People were looking after themselves. So it's not so much that it's dipped, it's only 20% up. But if it's 20% up on a really highness anyway, it's still good. But yeah, all these categories are doing well. Outperforming e-commerce on a 2-year basis. Etsy Marketplace GMS growth, including masks, versus sort of the average of everyone else. Okay, yeah, so regular e-commerce is up 52% and Etsy is up 143%. So Etsy has picked up more of the market share. A monthly GMS trend showed relative stability during the quarter. Oh, cool. So we've got a breakdown of month to month. That's good. Yep. So actually, that's really interesting. So July to August did increase, but August to September didn't a whole lot. And usually I am seeing the start of some Christmas sales at September. So yeah, that, although it's not down, I'm going to say that flatline's not great. um, we, we would have wanted to see that going up in my estimation. Non-mask gross mean sales growth remains stable on a 2-year basis. So what's this money? What's this? Oh, my mouse is not working. So the light blue is GMS, the dark blue is non-mask related. Okay, so we can see how absolutely bonkers Christmas was last year. There's always a little step down after Christmas, obviously, but it stays higher than the year before. So the trend looks kind of similar. Yeah, that's doing okay. Quarter 3 revenue growth driven by Etsy ads, GMS volume, and the incremental impact of our recent acquisitions. So yeah, so Etsy ads makes Etsy about that's so about 2/3 of the GMS. So what Etsy make out of sales, us selling and the fees for all that, Etsy ads make nearly as much for Etsy. So us paying to try and get our sales is giving Etsy a big lot of money. And the new companies that they bought have made Etsy a good bit of money too. Remember, this is the shareholders presentation. This is not for that. This is for the. Oh, I'm a shareholder. I've got half a share in Etsy. Capitalist scum I am. But so they don't care. They don't care what it looks like. But yeah, they're just saying, look how much money we're making. Yeah, that's unfortunately okay. This says a lot. For anyone who's been following me for some time or been selling on Etsy for any length of time, Etsy ads used to be awesome. They used to be really good. Now they're terrible for sellers. they're pretty good for Etsy by the looks of it. So all our complaints about Etsy ads, they ain't gonna do nothing because it would hurt that. That's what Etsy wants. Oh, I was trying not to be a negative stream. Elizabeth, yeah, I can't change my ad payment. I can't make it more or less. I know. We can't change our cost per click. We can't control our ads. Etsy controls our ads, so it can decide how much money it makes off of ads. Right, okay, let's positive. Disciplined investments in product and marketing serve as a foundation for future growth. Product development, so they are putting more money into product development. I was going to say good. This is the money they're put into doing things like Star Seller System and stuff. Yeah. Okay. And the marketing spend. So it is up slightly on last year. 127 million and 132 million. They spent a lot last year at Christmas. Fingers crossed there's more ads coming out because that helps us all. So hopefully a big marketing spend just now. We continue to generate incremental GMS from recent product development and engineering headcount. Engineering headcount growth. They've employed more people, I think that means. Oh boy. Okay, so 30% up year on year. Well done. Encouraging performance of buyer segments, particularly on a 2-year basis. We compare prior to the pandemic-driven peaks. Absolutely, you do have to look back over before the pandemic. Total active buyers, despite declining new buyer growth. Yeah, so there's slightly less new buyers, but the active ones is staying pretty stable. 89.4 million active buyers. Repeat buyers, I think they're the ones that buy in a 3-month period. They come back and buy again. 3.6 million. And habitual buyers, 8 million. So 10% of active 10% of buyers are actually habitual buyers that use Etsy properly for shopping. I'd prefer that number to be a bit higher. But anyway. New buyer purchase trends remain quite healthy. New buyers in millions. Okay, yeah, so definitely you can see last Christmas 12.8 million new buyers joined Etsy. So this is down a bit. Only 7 million new buyers joined Etsy in Q3. It was expected to slow down. If you have a big chunk of new people, the next year they're not new anymore, but hopefully all these people are still here. Repeat buyer purchase rate. Oh, here's another one of these graphs with no numbers, just saying 25% up. New buyer repeat purchase rate. Okay, so more people who are signing up for Etsy come back and buy again. That's good. Retaining many of the millions of buyers who shopped at Etsy in 2020. 56% of active buyers of Q3 2020 made at least one purchase in their second year on the platform. So that's good. That big spike at 12 million, more than half of them are buying again. So that's good. We expected that. People have an account. They had a good time on Etsy. They're coming a good time, but they're coming back. Okay, gross bean spend per active buyer was driven by frequency and higher AOV. No idea what AOV is, but active buyers are spending on average $132 on Etsy. That's not really a lot, but it's increased. This is another one of these graphs that makes that look significant, but that's because they've compressed the scale. So in 2018, it was $99 per active buyer, and it's 132. So it's gone up, and it did increase, but yeah, they're playing around with stats. Don't like this. Average purchase days. Okay, a repeat buyer would buy 4.6 times a days it was purchasing, and now it's 5.2. So things have gone up 2.5 to 3.1. Elizabeth, why does it say my order is overdue even if I ship it before midnight? It's still technically the day it's due to ship, but will then say overdue. Is it a time zone issue with Etsy? It could be time zone. I think Etsy runs on Eastern time, but also if you ship before midnight, your post office can't scan it in. It's not actually shipped till the post office opens, so you are late. So I would set your shipping times a little more reasonable. Give yourself an extra day or two. But yes, if you ship before midnight, it's not really shipped until the post office opens. Yeah, Tobias is saying the same. It might be taken from when your parcel is scanned, not when you post it. Capital light business models deliver strong adjusted, that thing what Tobias said, taxes and stuff. Cash balance reflects the use of 1.7 billion of cash to fund. Oh, that's it. Yeah, they spent it on Depop. Etsy repurposed shares in a buyback plan in Q3 as well. Yep. There we go. That's the Etsy money. We don't care about Etsy money. We want to know about our money. You can read this page while I check the the chat. Elizabeth, yeah, purchasing labels through Etsy. Yeah, if you've purchased them at midnight, then yes, those tend to, they don't although it goes into your completed area, it's waiting for them to be scanned in at the post office. So it's when you scan them in, it's not when you post it, unfortunately. So yeah, give yourself a bit more time. I have heard people say that some of the post offices aren't scanning things in when they get them, so that's not updating, so it's showing late, even though your item might be practically with the customer before the post office scans them in. Our guidance implies stable gross mean spend trends in Q4 versus 2019. Oh, look, they drew a dotted line. But yes, it's likely to be better than 2019. But there's more sellers and there's more customers, so. Ooh, appendix. Have we got? I think we're done. I'm just going to check and see if there's anything interesting. This is the breakdown of their money. They usually tell you how much in ads and all sorts of things. Oh, Priscilla, thank you. AOV, average order value. Of course it is. I'm an idiot. And Elizabeth, yeah, they're not scanning your parcels. USPS has been a nightmare. I've heard that. Yeah. All you can do is push out your dates ever so slightly. Okay, if anyone wants to read all of this. Lots of money. Total stockholders equity 533. But yes, I don't think we need to. We've seen the good bits of the numbers. Let's just. Oh, and that's it. Woo! We done it. Back to me. I was giving myself like an hour to get through this, and I've got through this in just about an hour. So really the take home is there's no new snippets for anything Etsy's planning. It's just more of the same with the search and everything. And I'm not mad about that. There's nothing hugely different. The money's pretty stable. It's not been down on Q3, although it feels like it to many people. Every year I hear people saying sales are down and stuff, but it really does feel pretty rubbish just now. But at the same time, hold tight. Don't do anything to your most popular listings, because they still might end up being most popular. I'd be totally interested to see who was it that said they'd added loads of different items. If you deactivate the different items, are your original ones that were doing okay, do they come back, or was it just a coincidence? I would be really interested to see that. I have in the past, I've advised a few people that had really itsy bitsy shops, including my mum, to split them up into more than one shop, and the two shops always did better than just the one itsy bitsy shop. But I don't know if it's as big a deal, it's as quick a deal as that, but it'd be interesting to see. Oh, Andrea, because you ship big box wreaths, so I use FedEx. I'm getting better service through them. Pretzel, I wonder how your Etsy stocks are doing. Let's see if I can pull up my Etsy stocks. Right. Let's see if I can remember my login for this. Oh, don't know if you can hear that. Planes outside. We have, talking of eco-friendly and stuff. There we go, got to log in. We've got the COP, the climate change conference happening just down the road from us. It's wonderful. The three closest airports to us are packed with private planes. Right, can I show this? I think I can share this. Just checking there's no secret data here. There won't be. Tab. Trading share. Ooh. Okay, can we all see this? No, we can't, because I'm not showing it. Can we all see this? So here's the Etsy shares. That's oh, they go up. I That's great. Etsy shares have really gone up since, I think the market's closed just now. No, market's open. Yep. Yeah, they've gone up a significant amount. There you go. And for anyone interested in my shares, although it says invested 176, I actually put about £70 in. The rest's been free shares. So, yeah, I've made money in shares. But yeah, Etsy, that's good. How much have I made off of Etsy? Yeah, I've made 100%. Fantastic. Okay, there we go. Let's hide that. Elizabeth just used FedEx for a corner table. Pretzel, all those planes, very good for the climate. Yeah. Right. Let's stop sharing that. Yeah, not picking on America, but we just hear more about Biden than the other leaders but this conference thing is in Glasgow, which is just up the road from me. I can probably see it if I climbed on my roof. I can probably see it. It's that close. But Biden and his Air Force One landed in Edinburgh, which is a different city from Glasgow. But they landed in Edinburgh, and then there was a motorcade from Edinburgh through to Glasgow. Now, the motorway through Glasgow is I think it's the third most congested motorway in the UK, and the Edinburgh one is the second most congested motorway in the UK. And a few sources said the President Biden motorcade from Edinburgh to Glasgow had 86 cars in it. 86 cars. So they drove all the way over to Glasgow to the conference. I think he was just there for one day. Poor soul. Now, not picking on him because our Prime Minister did the same thing, but you see shots of him sleeping through some of the conference. I mean, jet lag's a thing. But anyway, was there for a day. And while he was there, Air Force One, the plane that landed in Edinburgh, now flew to Glasgow, landed in Glasgow to take Biden and the entourage home. So that motorcade will have had to, because the cars would have been hired in Edinburgh, that motorcade would have had to drive back. And it makes no sense. But yeah, so many other ones are doing that. Glasgow has two airports. One of them's about 40 miles away from Glasgow. So the private jets are coming in, landing in Glasgow, and then flying down to Glasgow Prestwick and parking up in Glasgow Prestwick. So private jets, hundreds of, like, if you're doing a conference on climate change, do it online. That's the best way to save the planet, is not to have thousands of people flying private jets into Glasgow. Just me. But yeah, pretzel, all those planes, good for the climate. I know, genius, isn't it? And it's not even, they're flying in on private jets as well. That's like the worst. Andrea, big politicians gums everything up. It does indeed. I mean, it's cool that Glasgow was chosen and everything, but we're not. Another thing that we've got, it's like right in the middle of Glasgow. The most population in Scotland lives in this little area. But because they had so many famous people all in one place at the same time, the streets that they were going down and stuff to get to certain things were totally cordoned off. And by totally cordoned off, I've got friends who live in the street and they weren't allowed to cross the road to get into their own house. They had to go like massive detours, walk just massive detours round through, wait for this, through unlit parks to try and get round to their own house. So people were talking about the safety there as well. Anyway, that's a total rant off. But yes, pretzel, yeah, it was a fun experiment with the shares. Yep. Did you? The president's cars are brought with them. Oh wow. Okay. So like 80, they flew 80, because you do know we have cars in Scotland. You know, that's still the 21st century. Okay. Flying cars. Anyway. Andrea, hopefully they all leave and life goes back to normal. Yeah, I think we've got 2 more weeks, but I think all the big celebs are kind of gone and they've just left their less important people now, I think. Ginger, 1 or 2 of the planes are just equipped. So we have cars. We have some nice cars too, I believe. We apparently have rich people here. Anyway, right, I've got to go and get my lunch. It's far too late. Thank you all for joining me and keeping me entertained and coming with me through the eatsiness. It was cool to be able to check in on my shares and then have a rant about climate. Like, does it matter about my little boxes when I'm not flying in a jet? Anyway, right. Have an awesome day, and hopefully I'll see some of you on Sunday.